With the cat gone and the boy asleep, I can finally catch up on my reading. The Mysterious Lights of Australia. Those of you who have not visited Australia may never have heard of its Min Min Light, a phenomenon familiar to nearly all Australians, visible only at night. Fine. So it really was just as simple as running the Target real quick, dropping $30, and then like 20 seconds worth of setting it up on the TV, and we were ready to go. That's right, we are back. Retro Myrtle Beach Guy, and TV is back.
This is MeTV.
I would like to see that.
The best, the very best. Me.
Wow, that's memorable. That's me. This is me. TV.
Yeah, that's my favorite station.
You're absolutely right. You are
Watching
me.
TV.
Memorable entertainment television.
Is MeTV single-handedly saving broadcast television?
This is MeTV, your home for memorable entertainment television.
Television, you know? Don't you kind of like remember that? When television used to be a thing? And not just like watching whole Marvel movies on your cell phone while you're at work? Not even really paying attention? This is so much better. I have never been happier with a $30 purchase than I am right now. I haven't watched TV. It was about 08, I think, was the last time I really watched television in any capacity. I haven't had cable since. And obviously I didn't have an antenna, so I never watched regular television. It's been streaming, or it was DVDs before that. I have a giant book of every DVD of every show I like. You know, it's harder and harder to find classic television these days, too. TV land is like George Lopez and Everybody Loves Raymond now, which is real weird because that's not classic television. When's the last time you actually cared what was on television? This is creating a whole new social phenomenon right here. Very specifically, this MeTV Toons is creating a social phenomenon. Now there are groups, there's very specifically the MeTV Toons fan group. People are in there talking about, that was a fun commercial. You have thousands of people all watching the same thing at the same time and talking about it. That's something we haven't really had as a society. I mean, gosh, I don't even watch the Super Bowl anymore. Somehow, and I don't know what it is, MeTV has broken the formula to bring TV back. They've got to be running on a shoestring budget to make this work, honestly, because I can't imagine how else it would be profitable. These do not look like very expensive commercials to run, and half the commercials are just bumps for their other shows. So, but you know, there's something about streaming where like you just sort of tune out after a while, you know? It's like after how many episodes of Friends or Frasier or whatever, you just kind of stop paying any attention at all. Commercials really help you kind of break up the monotony of watching something continuously. It like makes you stop and go like, oh, it's a commercial. Like, oh, the show's back. Like, which isn't something that you really do with streaming or care about. And nowadays, streaming channels, I mean, Netflix runs ads now. Half the streaming services run ads. What is the benefit? I'll list it off. Disney Plus, Netflix, Hulu, HBO Max, Prime, the mountain one, Paramount, and then in Prime I had Boomerang, a bunch of like the Monsters channel, a bunch of like, you know, sci-fi channels and stuff, and a lot of stuff just to try to watch these oldies and bad old movies that you can watch on here for free. This thing is what? It was $32. It is a HD antenna, Hover HD amplified antenna. I'm not the tech guy. I'm trying to downgrade to a tube television. 4K ready, full HD 1080p. We get, what, 16 channels on here, which, you know, doesn't sound like a lot, but, I mean, heck, I've just been flipping back between the two. And Next Generation is on 2 right now. I've been checking in on that. And that's another thing we lost, channel surfing. I mean, you have to sit there, even with digital cable, you gotta sit there and like pull up the grid and...
To where it says a guide, and then push the button in the middle right there. And now it's gonna bring up your TV guide. And then you can navigate up and down with your up and down buttons.
Like navigate through the grid and the tiny little box changes and you have to go, what is that show? What is this? There's a dog vet thing? While you're trying to read a description. This is, you just flip 2 channels back and forth. MeTV and then MeTV Toons. And what was the other one? QVC, which, Fox Baseball? Seriously? It's a baseball channel on here. You can watch live games. Ion, WMBF. You got your local news. When's the last time you watched local news? What is this? Grit Television? What's Westerns? That 70s show. What is this? NBC News. The Real West. Story Television. True Crime Network. Kat is gonna lose her mind. H&I? Is that what it is? And look at this. Green Acres is on. Guys, television is back. So the other reason I really wanted to jump on this, it's Friday right now. Saturday nights, Sven Gooley.
Ladies, would you keep it down? I'm starting the program here.
But Sven Gooley plays really bad horror movies Saturday nights.
And you are invited to one of the biggest events in monster history. Most famous female in classic monster history, the Bride of Frankenstein.
It's right up my alley. There's certain people out there that I'm like, you know, if they just like met me, I bet we'd be friends. You know, like Fred Schneider, John Waters. Do I have a type? Anyhow, I think Sven Gooley is one of those guys. You know, sort of like your classic television host. If you remember, what was that guy from SCTV who...
Hi kids, Count Floyd here from Monster Chiller Horror Theater. Ooh!
Like that, you know, it's like we have the host and he talks about, oh, you know, what happened in the last scene, and then you go to commercial and they come back, hey, we're back, and then, I don't know, man, there's just something so classic about this feeling. Ooh, and there's also Gwen Gooley. Which those of you in the know may know is Pin-Up Palmer. Family show, guys. It's family, yeah. Okay. Sarah Palmer. Whew. Sorry, what were we talking about? Again, I know I'm terribly behind on this. I didn't realize that it was this simple of just buying an antenna. I assumed I had to get cable to watch these channels. I don't know why I didn't even look into it. I would look on the streaming sites. I'm like, how come I can't stream MeTV? How come I can't stream Sven Gooley anyway? That's kind of annoying. I don't go on a computer. I've learned since you could just go on your computer and stream. You could just go on your computer and stream. But yeah, I mean, for 30 bucks, an antenna that is crystal clear, it's a good, I mean, this is as good as the show looked when I was a kid watching it. Hogan's Heroes, Munsters, every time I turn it on, it's something I actually like, you know? You can ask Kat, I sit there and scroll and scroll and scroll through these endless different streaming services, and I'm just like, And then we watch The Sopranos for like the 10th time. This is so much better.
The Flintstones?
And then like, oh, it's a commercial. I'll just change it to the other channel. Frasier is on.
I didn't realize it was too much to ask that there not be gunplay in my living room!
Frasier's on Cozy TV right now.
Explanation, please!
Dr. Frasier Crane.
And did no one hear me say that I have ordered an Hungarian goose?
This is incredible. And you know, the thing is too, is that this is becoming a trend.
Technology's cyclical.
People are kind of getting sick of paying for everything, and the streaming services, let me tell you, I canceled like half of them this week. I got another notice of another price increase. I don't even remember which one it was. I'm just like, I'm done. I'm over this.
What the is this world? What have they done to us? What did they do to us?
All we have left right now, and God knows that'll probably get weeded down, is Prime, because we get that free with our shipping stuff, and with a baby, it's good to have, you know, shipping for stuff. Netflix, which came free with something. Hulu, which came free with our Disney, which we pay for. And like, we let our siblings and stuff watch the other channels, so. I feel like I've been bamboozled this whole time, man.
Been had. Hoodwinked. Bamboozled. Run amok.
Why did we switch? You want to talk about time travel? Now, being my generation, you know, of course, we had our Cartoon Network.
Coming up next, it's Johnny Bravo, followed by Cow and Chicken on Cartoon Network.
When they actually played classic cartoons like this all day long, it was usually infomercials at night.
Of Zupas, the publication especially created for young readers.
But Country Classics is not in stores.
I didn't think I was smart. I've learned more from the phonics game.
But, you know, up until like 2 o'clock, cartoons. And then you had, what, like the USA Cartoon Express?
Action, adventure, and all the rest on the USA Cartoon Express.
Where, I mean, you had a bunch of crazy cartoons. Now, I've always been a huge fan of MeTV. If you pay attention, every time I stay at Waikiki Village or any of the retro motels, this is always what's on TV. It's the Munsters or something like that. When I was real young and we'd come here on vacation, my whole daily schedule kind of revolved around USA and TBS. In the morning, you had your cartoons, you had your Smurfs, you had your Snorks.
So much to see waiting for you and me. Having some fun with the Snorks.
The Shirt Tails. Jabberjaw.
I don't get no respect.
All those kind of cartoons, they're classic Hanna-Barbera cartoons. And this is, of course, before the time of Cartoon Network. Now, Cartoon Network is TBS, it's Turner, owns Cartoon Network, so it's that same company. But, you know, you'd wake up in the morning, Turner would have on, you know, all those cartoons, and then midday, Cartoon Express would run. In the afternoon, I think that was TBS.
It's the Brady Bunch, followed by the Munsters. 4:35 Eastern on
TBS weekdays.
It would usually be Batman.
And soon you'll be the first 2 human frosty freezes in history. Wild!
Kansas?
You know, obviously one of our favorites, the Munsters. And usually at dinner time, so then you sit down and watch those, and then, you know, you go to, God, back then, Barefoot Landing and stuff like that at night was pretty much the only thing really to do at night for families. So yeah, and then when you get home late at night, the cousins would hijack the TV and put on horror movies, even though you're a kid and terrified of horror movies, and you had to watch The Shining in the dark. Nah, I love you guys. Great times. But yeah, that terrified me as a kid. Who makes a kid watch The Shining when you're... But really good times. And, you know, Cartoon Network isn't what it used to be. So then they're like, oh, we'll come out with Boomerang. And Boomerang isn't what it used to be anymore. So now, I mean, gosh, is MeTV single-handedly saving broadcast television? I keep seeing people talk about this. This is nuts. Go grab an antenna. Join up with the MeTV group. Join up with the MeTV Toons group. The Svengoolie group. This is nuts. I'm very happy with this purchase. My dream was to be an animator when I was a kid. So cartoons are just my bread and butter. And when Cartoon Network was real 1960s Hanna-Barbera, right? Let's admit it was mostly 1960s, 1970s Hanna-Barbera cartoons. Which, the greatest cartoons ever made. I'm sorry, I like Disney. Fleischer cartoons are great, but Hanna-Barbera is just the best, man. And it influenced, I mean, obviously, look at everything I'm into. Obviously, Hanna-Barbera cartoons greatly influenced my life. Back in the day, what, 3rd, 4th grade? I would literally just lay on, we had a sofa in the basement. I didn't even go into my bedroom. I'd lay on that sofa until I passed out with Cartoon Network playing all night and them Zoo Books commercials.
Now your child can visit steamy jungles, grassy plains, and the dark depths of the ocean.
And that country western mixtape.
They say don't go. 40 classics.
And for some reason, like Rogaine, I'm good. I'd wake up and the morning cartoons would be on, and my dad would come down and just be like, "You didn't even go into your room." And I'd be like, nah. Weeks on end. Just cartoons. I'm asleep with this on. I'm flipping between Green Acres, Frasier, and Bugs Bunny and Friends right now. Does life get any better than this? You know, with a new kid, I really want to introduce him to these classics, both the TV shows and the cartoons. And it's hard when you gotta sit there and like dig through all these 8 different streaming sites to find each one of them. So for millennials, y'all understand what I'm talking about. Zoomers, imagine you could put your Netflix playlist on shuffle. Huh? Is it appealing now? Oh, one episode of Keeping Up with the Kardashians, and that episode of, I don't know what y'all watch, I'm sorry. Bluey? That doesn't seem right. Seriously, how can I not think of another show that... Dawson's Creek? Anyhow, I'm just so happy with this. And like, this lineup. Let's look at this lineup. Jamie, pull that up. Jamie, why don't you go ahead and pull up the MeTV Toons.
Oh, pull it up, Jamie.
Jamie, why don't you go ahead and pull up the MeTV Toons schedule for me?
Well, Jamie, pull up that video. Pull it up, Jamie. Pull it up, Jamie. Pull up that picture. Pull up. Jamie, pull that up.
Jamie, may I ask you to look something up?
6 a.m., the first show. Captain Planet, the Planeteers.
You'll pay for this, Captain Planet! We're the Planeteers! You can be one too! Cause saving our planet is the thing to do! Looting and polluting is not the way! Hear what Captain Planet has to say!
The power is yours!
With your powers combined, y'all. The real Ghostbusters at 7.
Notice the vacant stare. The completely mindless look. That could only mean one thing. He's from California?
Beetlejuice at 7:30. Yo, these are the best shows ever.
It's showtime!
Got Bugs Bunny and Friends, Underdog, Inspector Gadget, The Smurfs, Peter Potamus, Wacky Races, Secret Squirrel, Woody Woodpecker, Tom and Jerry, Scooby-Doo, The Jetsons at 6:30. The Jetsons and the Flintstones are back in prime time where they belong. Jetsons, Flintstones, it's an hour block of the Flintstones. You can see how giddy I am. This is nuts. Cartoon All-Stars, Adventures of Rocky and Bullwinkle, Speed Racer at 1 a.m., Thunderbirds, that's nuts. All right, and then let's go over to MeTV schedule.
Oh, pull it up, Jamie.
Calm down. Deep breath. And of course you can look up the schedule. 5 a.m. Highway Patrol, 5:30 and 6 Dragnet. Adam 12 at 6:30. And then see, they also have some cartoons. So Tune In With Me is on 7 a.m.
Ahoy! A brand new hosted morning show for the whole family. So sail away with me when you tune in with me.
Leave It to Beaver at 8. Leave It to Beaver at 8:30. Perry Mason, Matlock. In the Heat of the Night. Ah, this is like the silver hour right here. The Waltons. Gunsmoke. A lot of Western here. The Rifleman, Wagon Train, Adam 12. MASH. So all us millennials know it's time to go to bed, right? MASH, oh my god. 2-hour block of MASH. Andy Griffith for an hour. Beverly Hillbillies, Green Acres. This is where we just were. And then, oh, because that's why Hogan's Heroes is on next. This is so cool. This is just revolutionary. It's something else. Classic television, classic cartoons are back. I feel like a kid again. I feel kind of dumb for not having done this a long time ago. Wild. Well, yeah, see y'all in the groups, man. And until next time.
Five, 4, 3, 2, 1. Thunderbirds are go.
Stay positive, and that's how you do it.